Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Maheshkariya. You're watching me on YouTube now, and in this session I'm gonna take you through gRPC using Python, and we are gonna create a microservices and we are gonna understand how it works, the exact use case. Okay, so without wasting any time, let's deep dive into it. So if you haven't heard about gRPC yet, so gRPC is something that allows you to communicate between the microservices. Okay, and this is the website that you can go through and you will understand most of the things over here. Okay, this is available for most of the languages because the microservices they made on multiple languages, and to intercommunicate using REST API is very which is not good, of course. Okay, GraphQL is the choice, but gRPC is the official choice. What we can do, we can go through the Python thing. Okay, we can clone the few boilerplate code, and after that we'll start working with fast API if possible. We'll see how it goes. Okay, and we are gonna create kind of normal CRUD using user. Okay, so yeah, I guess for that you need ID, so I already have it. So after that you just need to create new folder and just name it I'm gonna name it gRPC hyphen py. Okay, I'm not sure which framework that we are going to use, but we'll try to use fast API. Okay, which is very popular async framework. Okay, and after that I'm gonna create a new folders here, which will be one of the publisher and subscriber, you will say, or server and client, you will say. It's all up to you. So this gRPC is built by Google. Okay, which is RPC protocols that they have managed to create a library, and this is used by many big companies. Okay, so once you are, if you are planning architecture or something, if you are planning to create your project from very scratch for microservices based architecture, this is something for you. Okay, and after that I'm gonna create a server here, and one is client. Okay, so here I'm going to write the code. After that, let's see what we have inside Python. Okay, so we, of course, we need to create a virtual environment that we are going to create first. Okay, so let me go there into the server, and let me resize this so it will be visible to you, and we'll use Python 3. So Python 3 -m. Okay, virtual env to create virtual environment, and this is the folder name. Okay, and hit enter, so it will generate the venv folder over here, you can see. And after that, inside server, I'm going to say a source. To activate that virtual environment, I'll say source into venv bin/activate, hit enter. Okay, so now you can see this venv symbol over here. It means it's running inside virtual environment. Now the same process I'll do for the client as well. So side by side, I'm gonna use another window and cd into client. Okay, and here I'm gonna do the same, like Python 3 -m virtual env space venv. Okay, and let me, yeah, this is perfect, I guess, and hit enter. So we got the venv again. If we do ls, you will see here we have venv. After that, we'll activate that thing, source space venv/bin/activate. Okay, great. So we have both virtual containers. Now if you want to create a microservices, you might be familiar with Docker. If you haven't heard about it, no worries, just go here and simply search for docker.com, enter, and you will be greeted with this very beautiful page if you have a good internet connection. I'm not sure why this is taking so much time. Okay, great. So you need to download this thing, this desktop environment, in order to play around with microservices a little bit. So I already have it. Docker is, you can see this little icon over here once you start the Docker, and make sure to check that Docker is running inside system. So you will see the version by hitting docker --- version. I have 2017. So after that, I'm gonna create a new, where is my server? Yeah, so I'm gonna create a docker compose file here. Docker compose is responsible to running multiple services. I'm gonna just show you the use case only. We are not gonna deep dive into it, but let me show you now the easiest way to create and get started with it. Okay, so version will be using 3.8. You can use according to your choice. You're familiar with services, and inside services you'll be having one server, okay, and one client. So server, so build image, so we'll create a docker file inside server, and client, so docker file will create the image, and I'm referencing that path over here. Okay, so server, and now you need to open the port. Okay, so this container port you need to open for the external world. So whatever the port that we'll use, I'm not sure for now, but we'll see this later. The volumes to, in order to persist the data, so you want to lose your data, we don't need volumes for now, but you can use this thing. So then environment variable, we don't need anything for now, but you can use MySQL as well if you want, and make sure to use the different port. Here will be 880, here will be 881, let's say. Okay, this is my client, and client will be running on fast API if possible, or console app you can use. Okay, DB you can choose any, by the way. Let's choose the MySQL quickly. So MySQL 5.7, which is LTS, lots of folks are using it. And after that, I'm gonna say environment variable, MySQL root password is needed, and what else I need? Ports, of course. So ports 3306 is the default port I'm gonna use, and this is it, I guess. Now one more thing, make sure to use a restart always. Why? Because it will take time, DB will take time in order to start. Till then you need to keep restart and keep trying to connect with that DB. So this is depends on some other services, so that will be DB, and let me use DB here, and server, that's it. And the client is depend on two things. Okay, restart always first thing which is needed, and it is depend on server, and server is depend on DB, but you will say DB here as well if you want. So like the way you can create docker compose. After that, here I'm gonna create app.py. Okay, so like the way, and copy this thing to here as well, inside here, paste. So yeah, we have our app.py, which is the main file in both the things. Okay, now we just need to create one docker file. Okay, docker file. So docker file is very easy, which will help you to create a image. Okay, so from, you can choose the image, which image you want, Python. Okay, so Python 3, and after that we'll say work directory. Work directory is very important to set. It will create the new directory inside your virtual, that runtime. Okay, so you want like to create everything on your desktop, let's say. So it's like creating new folder, inside that you will put your code. So after that you will say copy your current all files to there, or you can choose the single file as well. In my case I'll be using py, or I'm not sure, according to your choice. So you will say app.py, you will grab to app.py, and might be docker ignore or git ignore you can use. Like the git ignore, you can use docker ignore. So then requirement.txt, of course you want, and then you will run this, and you will install all the dependencies. If you are from Node background, you can do the same, or any other background, no matter. Okay, that is the beauty of this thing. Okay, so yeah, once you do this, the code will remain the same for both the things, server and client. So docker file here again, and here as well, it will remain the same. And we'll start with the coding now. Okay, which is what we were doing here, and this is the thing we need to install. Okay, so Python m pip install gRPC.io. so you just need to install in both the things, here and there, here and there. Okay, So gRPC IO is essential in order to do the gRPC stuff over here. And after that you just need to install the tools in order to generate the code. If you are from any background, Node, Python, Java, whatever it may be, you just need to install this kind of dependencies to generate the code. So most of the code will be generated and you just need to override the methods only. Okay, so for that I'm gonna install this thing with using Python 3. Okay, let me use Python 3 here, Python 3, and I'm gonna get this thing here as well. In client we don't need this thing, because once you generate the code, that same code we will be using in the client as well. So either you can use in a root directory or in server or wherever it may be. Okay, now this is it, and here I'm gonna create one more file folder which will be protos. I used to say prototypes here, you can name it whatever it may be, protocol, which is perfect. So users dot proto. Okay, the actual meaning is protocol or protocol, I'm not sure, but that's what we are using here. And after that, just for the reference, you just need to clone this thing. Okay, this will be very helpful for you. Okay, so just grab this thing and open new terminal or something else. Okay, and here I'm gonna go to the desktop quickly and I'm gonna paste this thing over here, and after that, once you go to get this code, then there are multiple templates are given already for asynchronous things, for lots of other languages, Python, C#. Okay, and one more thing, you can create microservices in multiple languages as well. It's all your choice, but to just make it simple, I am using Python only. Okay, so after that I have installed this gRPC 8. Okay, so I'm gonna open this into new VS Code. So in order to check the required code that you want to get from there, the boilerplate code, and we can write as well. So I'm gonna save my time, that's it. So inside protos we'll be having like hello world is the best example, where we'll use this thing and we'll write our custom methods over there. Okay, so that's very easy actually. So let me delete all the unwanted things first, and instead of that we'll use user here. This will be my user, this will be my get users. Okay, and like the way, let me grab this thing and let me use this thing over here. Okay, Control B, Control plus J, Command plus J, sorry, and here I'm gonna remove this thing. Okay, get users, and let me remove this thing as well. So I'll get the suggestion thanks to GitHub Copilot. Okay, and then we'll be having get user by ID. So I'll say get user by ID. Okay, then I'll say create user, of course, and then I'll say update user, then delete user. Okay, so why this is not aligning properly, I'm not sure, might be something else I'm missing. Then here I just need to create the messages for request input and request output. Okay, so for that I'll be using message. Okay, so message will be, you need to define the parameters, attributes over here. So accordingly it will, whatever you will write here inside proto, it will generate the code accordingly for any language. Okay, so get users request, where you will pass nothing. Okay, and here we don't need anything actually. While getting users we don't need anything, so you will keep it simple. Okay, in response we need a repeated user in the sense multiple users. Of course the syntax will be different, but yeah, then we also need to define the user as well, that will define later. In request of get user by ID, we need to pass the ID, which will be a type of string or int, whatever you prefer. And response will be a user, type of user, the complete user will get back but we haven't created user yet. Okay, so create user again, we need to pass the user, and in response we want the user back whatever we have created inside db. And inside update user as well, we'll pass the user, it will update the user and get back the get it back a new user. Delete user, we need to pass the id, and after that we need to get it back the user, and it will be my user. So hopefully, why not we can, yeah, I want user, I'll persist user somewhere, I'll pass the user again, so like the way. And here after that I'll say message user. Okay, and here I'll say what we want, name, email and password. That's it. So name, email and password, that's 4 thing we need. Okay, this is it. So this is my proto file. Okay, that's all we need to do. Okay, and once we go there, once we see here, we will get the proto files. Okay, and after that we'll get this statement. Okay, this is very easy, by the way. Let me make it simple for you guys. Okay, why we are using it, and let me, okay, and here I'm gonna paste this thing. So python 3 I'm using, so I'll say here python 3 that I'm going to use a grpc tools dot protoc, where we need to define the folder location, which is the inside protos folder. I have created this file. Let me show you quickly. So inside protos, where is protos, this one, I have created this. Okay, and after that here in python out, it will create the files, the generated files inside that dot means in current location, and same goes with grpc python out as well. And where you, here you just need to define the path like of that proto file, which will be users, like this. Okay, so looks good to me. I guess we can hit enter. Hope so I'm not missing anything. Let me try to hit enter, and could not make proto, the relative proto. I have missed something somewhere. No such file or directory. So here I need to use dot slash. Okay, the user is already defined, so instead of user, what we can use then here, so I'm gonna say this will be my users, will be better. This will be also my users, will be better. Okay, so hopefully user service it will create by the name. And here we go, we got these two files. Okay, no need to look into it, fine. Just the basic thing we should know, that these are things we have generated, and now we can grab these 3 things, 1, 2 and 3, to the client as well, so client can access it. Okay, so paste, or you can create the kind of virtual layer from where you will get this thing. It's all your choice how you will handle this thing. Okay, now we'll focus more on the coding part. Okay, so which is very important. So let me go there and let me grab my code which is needed for me. Python, inside python you will be having examples, I guess, hopefully hello world. Okay, and inside that, my god, okay, so inside that we have greeter.client and greeter.server. So this one, so we'll start with the server first, and we are gonna get the basic code from here. You can do the same thing if to save the time. Okay, we'll understand anyway, no worries, there's not a big deal. And instead of this hello world, let me replace all with the users, change all occurrences, users. Okay, and this is it. Okay, now I just need to remove this greeter, and instead of that I'll be using users that we have created. Okay, so rename all symbols, you got this thing right, like this is the name of protocol, sorry, prototype, users. So user service it's created. Okay, here user stub. Okay, let me go back. Hopefully this will work for me. Not sure though. Let me see that. So here I'm gonna define the methods, okay, that we have defined over there. Get users, get user by ID, and kind of things, all the things we will define here, and this will remain the same. No need to change anything over here. So this is good for me for now. And what else? This is logging, and serve is a function that will call. This is the port that we are going to call from the client side, and here we are gonna redefine all the methods. Okay, so we'll start with the get users. So get users like the way, and inside get users we'll have context. Logging I don't need for now, so I'll be removing this logging quickly from here and here as well. Okay, and here I'll say, yeah, I want in return, I want number of users. Okay, so with name, email, and password, mahesh@gmail.com, password mahesh@123. Okay, and what else is remaining? Okay, I guess I can close this thing now. Let me, so this is better. Okay, so I'm not sure why I'm getting this. Positional argument cannot appear after the keyword arguments. Oh, so typo. I'm a JavaScript developer. It happens with me. Okay. Okay, so this is it. This is we'll try this one first. So we have created get users. In response, it will, as I told you, it will create the get response over there. Okay, automatically, that we don't have to worry about. And inside that we'll pass the users, and that will be, you can get from SQL Alchemy, Postgres, MongoDB, wherever it may be. You'll get the users. You'll put it back here, or you will do kind of serialization. Serialization is needed by my point of view. Okay, so okay, so now let me call this thing in the client side. So we'll go to the client quickly, and client. So this one is my client, and this one I'm gonna use here. Okay, so app.py inside client. Let me paste this thing over here. Let me remove hello world from here, change all occurrences. Okay, users, and this one is not needed though. Logging is I don't want for now, and let me remove this. Make sure to start your file with this line. This is very important, and after that we can proceed quickly. Okay, greeter stub, instead of this I'll be using change all occurrences to users. Okay, and this is message, so I'll be using for now users. Why? Because I'm gonna call the function. Instead of hello request, I'll say get user, get users. Where is the get users? Let me see, say, yeah, get users request. And inside that we don't need to pass anything, because we haven't like right over there that we need parameters. And here I'll say get users. So this is my response, and we'll get the users, and we'll put it back over there. So let me see by running Python 3 app.py. Okay, here inside server side, and hit enter, and here users, no attribute, greet. What I'm missing inside here, yeah, greeter service. Instead of that we'll say user service, hopefully. And no such attribute as add greeter service as well. where I'm using this thing, add greeter service. Let me click here quickly, and here add greeter service. Of course, I forgot to change all occurrences. User service, hopefully. Let's see one more time. So yeah, this is running, and inside client I'm gonna do the same. Python 3 app.py, and here we go. No module Google. Okay, we missed something over here. One thing that if I search here, that one library that I missed, proto buffer, I guess. So if you search here, you will see here the very first link. Inside that you will get this suggestion to install proto buffer. Okay, let me grab this thing and let me install this thing over here. This is it. Okay, and here we go. That's it. So now the next thing that we need to understand, the user is remaining. We haven't created user over there, I guess. Hopefully. Okay, here this is a global response. Okay, so here we'll say this will be a list of users that will get back, and we'll print here the list of users that will get. So let me try this again. Okay, response, that is get user. I guess I'm missing one inside server, that we are not making it string. So we need to restart this, and we need to restart this. So yeah, we got the users. Okay, now the same thing how I can implement is we can install fast API, SQL Alchemy, Postgres. Okay, then what we can do, we can like call internally these things. Okay, and one more thing, the server and the client both can have vice versa functionalities. Okay, so you can be a producer and receiver at the same time. So it's not like that you will always, the server will send and the receiver will receive. It's a two-way communication based on HTTP2, because lots of browsers are not supported with HTTP2 yet. That's why, but in backend we can use this HTTP2. So that's why it is gRPC is more popular for the backend side, and in future it will be popular for front end as well. Like not gRPC, but of course once we get the HTTP2 functionality over there, and so like the way you will call the like you will have containers like for users, then for your blocks, and this will be your central pipeline or central API or container where you will call the functions, and behind the scene you are calling from somewhere else. Okay, so like you can see, this is the magic of handling multi-threading over here. Like max workers is given, but this is the main thing that you can change this thing according to your choice. Okay, and accordingly you will call one by one to multiple services in the background, but the main service will have the, just think as a like your clean architecture, like you have multiple services, controller services, models, like the way. Okay, so this will be like this will be your first route page. Okay, route page means this is your route container. Controller container will be different, like user container, address container, or that will be your separate microservices that you are getting data with the help of gRPC. It might be built on the top of Java, one of C#, one of something else. The same proto file will be, you can copy there, and you will fire the command, and you will go through the docs. Okay, like here, and you will generate for that many of languages. So if you have a big team, and if you are planning to make the kind of really very big software, this is something for you guys. And I'm not expecting as a beginner you should know everything. Okay, this is enough, I guess, for this tutorial. I can go deep dive into it. I can create the MongoDB, but it will not the real life scenario case. Okay, this will not helpful for you, so I don't want to waste your time as well, guys. So for now, thank you so much for your time, guys, and have a good day. Bye bye, and don't forget to subscribe my channel if you haven't already, if you are new here, and smash that like button if you enjoyed. And you can use this thanks button as well, which is given over there, in order to contribute. And even $1 is enough to grow our channel. So thank you so much for your time. Have a good day. Bye bye, and let me stop this recording.